So in previous programs, we've used something called a while loop, which, as long as the condition is true, it performs what is inside the loop. So, for example, if I just did this, while true, print hello, it is going to print hello from now until the end of time, or until I shut the computer down. Because this is never going to change, this condition's always going to be true, so it's just going to print hello, keep looping around printing hello. That is one kind of loop. The loop that I want to use is called a counting loop. So it's going to start off with the hearts, and then it's going to make up an entire suit with just hearts. It's going to do each one of these for the hearts. Then I want to go on to spades, and it's going to do ace, king, jack, and so on with the spades. Then it's going to do clubs. Then it's going to do diamonds, and that will be it. I'll be finished. In other words, I will have done it 52 times. These 4 times these 13. So it's called a for loop, and it's a counting loop, whereas the while loop is a conditioned loop. That's something that you need to be aware of. And there are more than one way of doing for loops, and I'm going to show you them as I approach them. So this one is a straightforward counting loop. So see if you can follow along what happens. First of all, I'm going to get rid of this deck, and actually I need to set my deck up to be empty to begin with. So in other words, I've got no cards in my deck to begin with. I've got a set of suits, and I've got a set of values, and I'm going to write a loop to create a deck of cards from these suits and values. So the way I do it is with the keyword for. This is my counting loop. So I'm going to say for. Now, whatever comes next can be any word at all. I could say elephant in suits. So what I'm saying here is that this part after the in refers to this list here. And this elephant is going to be set to one of these as it goes through. So once it's done it for one, let's have a go. Let's be silly. Print elephant, and if I save and run that program, blackjack.py. If I save and run that program, it's going to print out each one of these. So it did for the suits. In suits, so this is my list. It printed out every item in that suit, and I got a list of hearts, spades, clubs, diamonds. And I could do exactly the same for the values. I could print each one of those values out by changing that from suits to values, and if I run it this time, I'm going to get all the values of the cards printed out. But really I want to join those and put them in the deck, and I don't want to use silly names like elephant. So I'm going to say, let's put this one back to suits. I'm going to say for suit in suits. So suit is going to equal H, and I'm going to do something with it. But I'm going to have a nested loop. So this is quite complex. I'm now going to say for value in values. So this is going to start off on the H for the first line, and what it's going to do for the H is each one of these, ace, king, queen, jack, 10, all the way down to 2. Then it's going to move on to spades, and it's going to do ace, king, queen, jack, all of them, because I've got 2 loops, one inside another here. And what I'm going to do is add those values to the deck by joining strings together. And we've seen that So I can just say deck, because it's empty to begin with, dot append, so put it on the end. And what do I want to put? Well, let's think. How do I want it? I want the value first, like ace of hearts, king of hearts. So I want the value first, and I want to join that to the suit. Whoops. Now, notice I use for value in values. I made this plural because there's more than one item in the list, but the value is going to be a single one of them. I did the same with suits, plural, because there's more than one in the list, and I used suit for each and every single item that I went through. And so when I'm appending them, I make sure that I'm not appending values and suits, because that would do the whole list each time. So I'm just doing the single value, the single suit, and that is it. So if I come out of my loop, which I am here, if I did print deck, then remember we set it to be empty here, and we're adding items to the end of it here. I'll actually end up with a pack of cards. So if I save and run that, click OK, and there we go. I have got a pack of cards, and you can check ace of hearts, king of hearts, queen of hearts, all the way down to the two of hearts. The next one along is ace of spades, king of spades, queen of spades, all the way down to the two of spades, then ace of clubs, all the way down to the two of clubs, ace of diamonds, all the way down to the two of diamonds. And that is how to create a pack of cards.